Hello everyone, my name is Simon, and I've recovered from my headache and my hiccups from last video. Man, I was looking at that video a little while later and was like, oh my god, I should have redone that. I should have never uploaded it like that or edited it like that, and I was like, nah, okay, maybe it's funny, I don't know. So I hope you guys enjoyed that last video. It was a little bit of a tough video to record, I gotta say, because it was really painful. Actually, it was much more painful than it sounded like in the video, I can tell you that much. Oh well, today we have a new exciting video. We have a game between NSH Jjakji, who spawned as the blue Terran in the bottom corner of Metropolis, and on the other side of the map, sending his overlord in the proper position, we have ST Curious. ST Curious, of course, playing as the Zerg pieces. So let's see. What do we know Jjakji of? Of course we know him from the GSL. He's both players are actually Korean, but Jjakji is known for winning a GSL a while back. I've actually seen those finals. It was a pretty cool finals, I gotta say. It wasn't the best one though, but it was really cool. So Jjakji is known as one of the best Terrans in Korea, pretty much. Of course, he's not the best. Well, I don't know actually where he's ranked currently, but he's definitely a really well-respected Terran, and he's really good. Curious, well, pretty much the same goes for Curious, except that he didn't win a GSL final, at least not that I know of. I thought it was pretty up to date with that. So let's see. Curious opening up with a hatchery first. Probably gonna follow it up with a yeah, he opened it up with a hatchery at 15 supply, so I expect him to go for a hatch or for a spawning pool around 16, maybe even 17 supply. He scouted his opponent being close position. He's just now going to see the gas geyser, right? Or maybe already saw it early, I don't know. But he already saw the gas geyser, and he knows that it's not going to have too much pressure. However, he always has to be careful with a SCV that might be building a bunker all over this place. However, he has a overlord spotting right there. He has an overlord spotting the position that he needs to spot. He can see any kind of SCV coming in, and he also has this overlord checking the gas, so he knows there's three SCVs on gas. However, there is one marine coming across the map, so he might be attempting a bunker rush right now. The spawning pool is about halfway through done, so that's not gonna do too much damage. However, he might be able to do a little bit, maybe kill a drone. If Curious makes a mistake. So right there, 2 drones are going to go down, prevent any kind of bunker placement. Actually, he's just gonna send him straight to the netro because he knows nothing is going to happen. And as you can see, Jjakji is just pulling out a little bit with this marine. He's also pulling out his second marine there. He's just moving them across the map just to put a little bit of a pressure on Curious, but besides that, not much is going to happen right there. Right now we see a queen coming up, a double queen actually coming up for Curious. Curious is just gonna make more and more drones, only having 4 Zerglings right now, going straight back into droning. So the Curious part right now, that was actually no fun intended, but at least the part that I'm curious about is when he's gonna get those gas guys. Is he gonna get 4 queens up right after the first 2 queens finish? Or is he gonna go for 1 queen, maybe extra? No, actually he's adding up 2 more queens. So probably gonna skip the spine crawler for now. Meanwhile, on the other side of the base, we saw the barracks making an extractor, also making a factory at the same time, and now going to pump up double Hellions. Maybe he's actually gonna get this kill. That'd be pretty huge, actually, if he gets this kill. That'd be pretty damn good, because it will prevent any kind of SCV for building, and it's actually already preventing it for about half a minute, which is pretty huge, I gotta say. He's even getting that SCV. That's actually huge. Look how much this little tiny bit of pressure with only 4 Zerglings is going to actually deny this command center from going up. It's at least 30 seconds. I didn't count it though, but it might have been even longer. So there we go. We got 3 queens already ready to defend against those 2 Hellions. And since the queens got the new upgrade range, actually I don't know if this is before the patch. It might be before the patch, right? Let's see the range of the attack. The ground attack, range 5. Yeah, I think that's past the upgrade. So yeah. Not much is going to happen right there, even a spine crawler if it is in case needed, but I don't expect too much. However, we have a Banshee coming up for Jjakji. Jjakji is not getting the cloak upgrade, however. He's just going to go for 1 Banshee, maybe followed up with a second Banshee, just to put a little bit of pressure on Curious once again. And yes, this game is past the patch because the queens do have the extended range upgrade. It's like the extended thermal lens at last. It's like the extended thermal lens upgrade for Colossus, however this is not an upgrade you have to research, it's just instantly like a billion times better already at the start. So right now we see 4 queens out already. That's plenty and plenty to deal with this one Banshee that is going to go up right now. However, we see a really early third command center already going up. So this Banshee is just going to be there to buy some time. Maybe pick off a drone or two. Maybe even a little bit more. But it's just going to be there to buy some time for the third command center to go up. We have 4 roaches on the production tab to prevent any kind of Hellion run by. But besides that, actually 1 drone going down already. 2nd drone going down already. Actually, this is going to be a spore crawler instead. Also a 2nd spore crawler going up right now. Which is pretty much a 3rd drone already killed. So actually this attack was pretty useful. He didn't take too much damage. Well, he actually took some damage. But I mean, he's just going to fly it back and let the Banshee be repaired. And besides that, he's just going to put it in his main army composition, most likely. However, we see a 3rd base going up for Curious. Curious is getting this 3rd base rather early. He's not even having the Zergling speed, only just now starting it. However, he went for 3 gas right away, which is going to be pretty good. Actually, no, he went for 2 gas, then followed it up with a 3rd gas. So, however, right now he's going to go for double Evo chain. We're probably going to go for melee attack +1 and armor attack or armor upgrade +1, which is going to make his Zerg units just that much stronger. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we see the command center and the orbital command finish up already. Really early 3rd orbital command made possible by the little bits of pressure with the Hellions and the Marines and the Banshee as well. So, really cute play right there. Already have his 3 command centers at the 9-minute mark. 3 orbital commands even, which is going to give him a pretty nice build order, I gotta say. So right now we have 85 supply for the Zerg player on the other side of the map. And we have around 60 supply for Jjakji. 65 supply actually, as soon as I said it, it went up. So, pretty even game so far. Nothing much is going on right there. 3rd base already finished up also for Curious. Actually not having any kind of in-base hatchery just yet, so just now going to go for a lair upgrade. However, he is about 20 supply ahead, which isn't that crazy much. Actually, it's only 15 supply right now. That's pretty common for a Zerg player, because Zergs have roaches, and roaches take up a bunch of supply, so nothing special going on just yet. However, we see a in-base hatchery right now for Curious. Right now we also see a Spire going down for Curious, as well as a Baneling Nest, as well as 12 Zerglings right now on the production tab, because he's most likely gonna be scared for any kind of maybe a Stimpack push, or a Stimpack combat shield push, or maybe a combat shield push with some Hellions or some Banshees. You don't know yet. If you're curious, what have you seen right now of the Terran base? Let's see, what did he spot so far? No, he actually didn't see anything. He knows about the 3rd base, however, so you shouldn't expect too much pressure. And I doubt that he's willing to put any kind of pressure up himself. He's probably just gonna go for this 4th base, as you can see right here, and then follow it up with just more drones and more stuff, and maybe a bunch of Mutalisk as soon as it pops. Right now, the lair is about 50% done. Already 900 gas saved up for Curious, which is going to mean 9 Mutalisk out as soon as it is actually popped. Which is a pretty good deal, I gotta say. He's actually even waiting with the +2 armor and the +2 attack. +1 attack, +1 armor are already finished, but it's just going to be a little bit delayed to actually pump out some extra Mutalisk. And actually he scouted just now. No, he's actually just outside of the scanner sweep range, and he's not going to see the Spire going up just yet. So, however, we see 9 Mutalisk, 30 Mutalisk on the production tab right now, as well as Baneling speed, as well as +1 attack for the Mutalisk. I'm going to be interested if he's going to get the extra +2 and +1 attack. However, you see a little bit of a push right there for Curious. Just going to waste a few Zerglings, basically. Not going to do any damage. Nothing too major just yet. So we might see more Mutalisk and more Zerglings, or we will see more Mutalisk and more drones. However, I expect him to get more drones. Yeah, we see 5 drones on the production tab right now, 9 drones on the production tab to saturate this 3rd base, because we will need those gases to get the Banelings and the Mutaflock up already. So we see a lot of Mutalisk already flying across the map, as well as Zerglings on the other side. Might be able to get actually a huge pack of Marines right there. That's pretty good. And here we go. We see Mutalisk going into the main. They are completely unexpected. We see no turns just yet. We see a few Marines only, but he's going to be able to pick up so many Marines. or so many SCVs rather. Huge push right there for ST Curious. So you can see right now it's 87 hard versus Precious only 50, which is pretty huge, and it's actually going to go more and more down because he went for Marauders. Marauders aren't good against what are they called even? The Gold Mutalisks. They aren't good against Mutalisks because they can't shoot up. And as you can see right now, the Marines can't clump up, so they can't really move out together, which is going to be really tough for Jjakji to defend. Right now it's 38 hard versus only versus 83, which is huge. We see apparently there was a little bit of drop right there, or maybe it's just going to prevent any kind of further dropping with those banelings right there. But right now we just see more and more harassment. Actually, we see him going up to 95 drones right now, which is actually too much. So he really should stop droning right now. As you can see, 20 more Zerglings on the production tab, 36. It even was 40 for a second, I think. And he's probably going to wait for +2 attack and +2 armor to finish in this evolution chamber. And then he's going to go for an attack, or might be actually just going for it right now. Or maybe he opts to war for a bunch of banelings. Yeah, there we go. A lot of banelings actually. Going to go down right now, and if there are going to be no tanks right here, it's going to be so incredibly hard to defend against this because there's just so much stuff already out, and we see a few Hellions right there, but it's only going to be 5 Blue Flame Hellions. They have Blue Flame, however, so they can roast a lot of Zerglings, but that's going to be still really hard. After we see a lot of Marauders ready to eat up those banelings, but it's so much, so I don't expect them actually to do too much. However, we see so good defense by Jjakji, actually not going to focus down the Marines just yet with the banelings. However, we see a nice run by with the Zerglings right there, going to prevent a lot of mining right there at least, and maybe even killing a bunch of SCVs, and it actually did kill a bunch of SCVs. So right now the +3 attack as well as the +3 armor just started for the Zerglings, as well as a great Aspire, so you can get up those Broadlords. Broadlords are going to be the nail in the coffin. Most likely they are going to be the huge factor that is going to determine this game. And also actually we see a really exciting aspect right there. Where is it? I can't find it. However, there's somewhere across the map, or on the map, there's a Ultralisk then. An Ultralisk with Broadlords, with Mutalisks, with +3 Zerglings. It's going to be really strong. So we also see the upgrade called Pathogen Glands for the Infestor going down. So there's also going to be a bunch of Infestors on the map right there. Actually, there we have the Ultralisk Cavern. I wonder why he didn't kill those rocks just yet. That would be useful if he just killed those rocks. Just to go to the third and the fourth base really quickly. However, we see more harassment going up for Curious. He has max supply right now versus a 147 supply Jjakji, and it looks like it's just going to be a matter of time until he's going to have the ultimate attack ball of the Zerg. He's about 45% done right now with his +3 upgrades for the melee units for the Zerg, which is going to give so much extra power to those Zerglings as well as to the banelings and the inevitable Ultralisk that are going to come out anytime soon right now. He is, however, not getting the chitinous plating just yet, which is opting to get more Infestors instead, which is going to be a good choice, most likely. However, oh my god, big attack right there. We see all those Marines and Marauders dying right there. However, sadly, he doesn't have anything to do with his Medifex. If you actually manage to get all those Medifex, that would pretty much be the game over already, if it isn't already. Actually, so it's still 200 supply for the Zerg player versus 140 supply for the Terran. So the Terran is desperately trying to keep up with the inevitable amount of Zerglings and banelings that is on the map right now. But it's going to be so hard to defend because Curious is just going to be able to max out right away again with the 2,500 minerals. Actually, we see, right there we saw a big baneling detonation, blowing up a lot of SCVs, bringing Jjakji down to actually 45 SCVs at this point of the game. 19 minutes into the game, that's just 2 little SCVs. We see more and more. Actually, we see Ultralisk on the map right now, as well as Infestors, as well as Zerglings, with almost +3 attack. It's going to be finished right about now. seconds, actually. Seconds left, and there we go. +3, +3 Zerglings as well. Chitinous plating on the way for those Ultralists, giving them the immense, I guess that's 5 armor, or even 7 armor, or 6 armor, I don't know. Just massive amount of armor for the Ultralists. So he's just going to morph a bunch of Brainlings while he is waiting for the Chitinous plating, Shitinous, or Chitinous, I don't know what it's called, plating to finish. And that's just going to be so incredibly good. Those is going to make the units so incredibly strong. And he's actually dancing the units right there. He danced the Zerglings and the Ultralists. There's a little bit of bad mana right there, which is really, really cute. And actually the Banelings are just gonna clean up everything and Jjakji GG's. So we saw some really awesome play right there by Curious. Hope you guys enjoyed this cast. And I'll see you in the next video. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to me and leave me a comment in the section below. And I'll see you in the next video. Wanna thank you all for watching and see you next time. Bye!